If you're counting down the days to Resident Evil 9 like it's the apocalypse clock, you're not alone. But while Capcom keeps us waiting in the dark, there's a whole wave of upcoming games ready to deliver that same spine-tingling tension, grotesque creatures, and survival horror goodness. In this video, we're diving into 17 upcoming titles that capture the mood, mayhem, and madness of Resident Evil. So let's get into it. Code Violet is a third-person action horror game set in the 25th century, where Earth's survivors have colonized TRAPPIST-1E after a global cataclysm. You play as Violet Sinclair, a woman abducted from the past to serve as a surrogate in a desperate bid to save humanity from extinction. But the Ion Colony's mission hides a sinister conspiracy. Trapped in a bioengineering complex overrun by prehistoric dinosaurs and secrets, Violet must survive using stealth, limited resources, and strategic combat. With ray-traced visuals, 3D audio, and a gripping narrative, Code Violet blends survival horror, sci-fi mystery, and emotional storytelling into a pulse-pounding experience. The game launches in July 2025, exclusively on PlayStation 5.
When the power breaks, the cradle will fall, and down will come, baby. Cradle and
without context, all that awaits you is confusion and hurt. You're making a grave mistake.
All this time, we've been lying to everyone? What are we actually doing?
What do you mean, creatures?
No, this can't be real.
Do you remember yet?
So many lives have been lost that just didn't need to. And most of them innocent. No one deserved any of this.
We did everything for you. We were a family.
Contaminant is a third-person survival horror game set in a surreal post-Soviet world where you play as Maria, a young woman trapped in her grandfather's decaying industrial factory. As reality fractures around her, Maria must uncover her family's dark secrets while navigating twisted environments, solving complex puzzles, and battling grotesque abominations born from psychological torment. The game blends brutal combat with atmospheric storytelling, immersing players in a haunting world where logic bends and every shadow hides a threat. With its eerie visuals and emotionally charged narrative, Contaminant promises a chilling, story-rich experience. It's set to release in 2025 on PC via Steam. Cronos: The New Dawn is a brutal third-person survival horror game where time itself becomes your deadliest enemy. Set across two timelines, the decaying future and 1980s Poland, you play as a traveler for the mysterious collective tasked with salvaging lost souls before a cataclysm wipes them from existence. Armed with limited resources and temporal manipulation abilities, you'll face grotesque creatures called orphans that can merge into stronger forms if not burned after death. The game blends retro futurist aesthetics, Eastern European brutalism, and psychological horror into a tense, story-rich experience. Cronos: The New Dawn is set to release in fall 2025 on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Caution advised. Something is here.
Directive 8020 is a sci-fi horror narrative adventure from Supermassive Games, set aboard the Cassiopeia, a colony ship sent to explore Tau Ceti Fret as Earth nears collapse. Players control 5 crew members awakened from cryosleep after a mysterious breach, only to face a terrifying alien organism capable of mimicking humans. With branching choices, real-time threats, and a new rewind mechanic that lets you alter key decisions, the game deepens its signature tension and replayability. Expect cinematic visuals, eerie atmosphere, and moral dilemmas that shape who lives or dies. Directive 8020 launches October 2nd, 2025 on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S.
This ship is infected with an alien organism.
It still doesn't feel real sometimes.
Never forget why you started. Lord have mercy.
Do you think Williams knows more about this substance than he's letting on?
We can't take any chances with him.
It can manipulate its physical appearance. It's changing its cellular structure. It's replicating the human form. It's replacing us.
I know this will be difficult to hear, but if you're still out there, you deserve the truth.
Dying Like the Beast is a standalone survival horror game that puts players back in the shoes of Kyle Crane, now mutated with both human and zombie DNA after years of brutal experiments by a sadistic figure known as the Baron. Set in the eerie Casterwoods Valley, the game blends savage melee combat, first-person parkour, and a gripping day-night cycle where the infected grow more terrifying after sunset. Players can switch between human and beast forms, each offering unique abilities and moral consequences. With co-op support, next-gen visuals, and a haunting narrative, it's a visceral return to the franchise's roots. The game launches August 22nd, 2025 on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S.
I don't care how high his walls are or how big his army is. That fucker will pay for what he did to me. All the years he took from me, all the agony he put me through.
You want revenge?
Damn right I do!
God Save Birmingham is a gritty medieval survival horror game set in 14th century England, where players take on the role of the last soul alive in a plague-ravaged Birmingham. With the undead swarming the cobbled streets and hunger, thirst, and disease closing in, survival hinges on mastering physics-based mechanics, crafting tools from scraps, and navigating a painstakingly recreated historical town. The game emphasizes realism and immersion, offering sandbox-style gameplay where every decision can mean life or death. With no hand-holding and a world that evolves based on player feedback, it's a brutal test of endurance. The game enters early access on PC via Steam in 2025, with full releases planned for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. Ill is a hyper-realistic first-person survival horror game that plunges players into a decaying research fort overrun by grotesque, shape-shifting creatures known as aberrations. Developed by Team Clout, the game emphasizes visceral dismemberment mechanics, reactive enemy AI, and a physics-driven world where every object can be a tool or a threat. You'll navigate claustrophobic corridors, solve environmental puzzles, and endure psychological torment as a mysterious infection spreads. With binaural audio, cinematic visuals, and a story that peels back layers of fear and identity, Ill aims to redefine horror immersion. The game is set to release in 2025 on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. Liminal Point is a psychological survival horror game that pays homage to genre classics while delivering a modern, spine-chilling experience. You play as Lyra, a former rock star drawn to the fog-shrouded island of Ashen Point by a cryptic voicemail, only to uncover the tragic mystery behind her bandmate Mira's disappearance. As reality fractures, Lyra must navigate eerie environments, solve puzzles, and confront grotesque creatures that blur the line between nightmare and memory. With limited resources, atmospheric exploration, and a story steeped in grief and guilt, Liminal Point promises a haunting, story-rich journey. The game is planned for release in 2026 on PC via Steam. Luto is a first-person psychological horror game that plunges players into the mind of someone unable to leave their home, trapped in a looping nightmare of grief, anxiety, and despair. As you explore shifting hallways and surreal environments, the game challenges your perception of reality with disturbing imagery, environmental storytelling, and puzzles that reflect emotional trauma. Every attempt to escape leads deeper into a labyrinth of memories and fears where the line between truth and illusion blurs. With immersive sound design and a haunting narrative, Luto offers a chilling exploration of loss and mental anguish. The game releases July 22nd, 2025 on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. Psycho Dead is a third-person survival horror game that throws players into a sinister sci-fi nightmare as Elixia, a mysterious girl with psychic powers trapped in a secret laboratory teeming with grotesque, mutated creatures. As you uncover the truth behind the facility's horrific experiments, you'll wield telekinetic abilities like Shock Shot, Crush, and Barrier to survive relentless stalkers and environmental hazards. The game blends classic survival horror elements, limited resources, backtracking, and puzzle solving, with a dynamic world that reacts to your choices. With high replayability, eerie atmosphere, and brutal combat, Psycho Dead promises a terrifying, story-rich experience. The release date is yet to be announced, but it's planned for PC via Steam.
We will escape here together, but it must rely on your power.
What is this place?
If we can escape from here, I'll tell you everything.
Hello? Where is everyone?
Trust me, Alexia.
Dr.
There
Elric.
is no better place for you.
Alexia, run!
Regeneration is a third-person survival horror game set in a decaying post-Soviet research complex where you play as a lone scientist investigating the aftermath of failed experiments that birth terrifying anomalies. As isolation and paranoia mount, you must navigate crumbling corridors, decipher cryptic logs, and survive encounters with mutated horrors that defy natural law. The game emphasizes atmospheric tension, limited resources, and non-linear exploration, blending psychological dread with environmental storytelling. With haunting visuals and a narrative steeped in Cold War paranoia, Regeneration offers a chilling descent into scientific hubris. The game is set to release on December 30th, 2025 for PC.
I'm not from this world. They hide in the shadows, playing with us. Someone has to stop this before it awakens. Kate, please, forgive me.
Resident Evil 9 Requiem plunges players into a chilling new chapter of survival horror, following FBI agent Grace Ashcroft as she investigates a string of gruesome deaths tied to her mother's past in the ruins of Raccoon City. Haunted by flashbacks and stalked by a relentless new bioweapon, Grace must navigate the decaying Renwood Hotel, where reality fractures and secrets fester. The game blends first and third-person perspectives, offering tense exploration, puzzle solving, and visceral combat against grotesque enemies. With psychological horror, franchise callbacks, and a deeply personal narrative, Requiem promises a terrifying evolution of the series. It launches February 27th, 2026 on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Grace Ashcroft.
Yes?
My office.
Oh, coming. If this is about the report you asked for yesterday, it'll be ready in 3. No, 2 days, tops.
Put a hold on that for now. We found another body. One that exhibits the same pathology as the others we've been investigating. Now, I need a good technical analyst on this.
Okay.
I need your eyes on the crime scene. The Renwood Hotel. I know that's where your mother was murdered. Alyssa died 8 years ago. Perhaps it's time for you to face the past. Grace.
What is this?
Stay close. They're coming.
I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for. The special one. The chosen one. Miss Ashcroft.
Investigating all these strange deaths, huh?
We need to keep our voices down.
Have you seen the same shit I've seen?
Please know that you are my hope.
Everyone's gone.
Stay away from that!
Ritual Tides is a first-person Lovecraftian horror game set on a cursed British island, where players awaken shipwrecked with no memory and only one goal: uncover the island's terrifying secrets. Developed by Vertpaint Studios, a team of former Rockstar and TT Games devs, the game blends stealth, exploration and survival as you face grotesque enemies, ancient cults, and a world warped by cosmic dread. With near photorealistic visuals, dynamic weather, and a mysterious gun mechanic that defies genre norms, Ritual Tides promises a deeply immersive and unsettling experience. The game launches in Q3 2025 for PC, with PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S versions to follow in Q4.
Take heart, faithful ones. The garden must still be tended. And tonight, you will be sown!
No, hold on. I've got something to show you.
Silent Hill F is a psychological horror game set in 1960s rural Japan, marking a bold departure from the franchise's traditional American settings. Players step into the shoes of Hinako, a reclusive student entangled in a nightmarish world where reality decays under the influence of a mysterious floral infection. As grotesque creatures bloom from the shadows and ancient folklore bleeds into the present, the game blends melee combat, puzzle solving, and atmospheric exploration. With writing by Ryukishi07 and development by Neobards Entertainment, Silent Hill F promises a haunting, story-rich experience. It launches globally on September 25th, 2025 for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. Silly Polly Beast is a surreal story-driven survival horror shooter that follows 17-year-old Polly as she escapes a nightmarish shelter only to find herself trapped in a fog-drenched underworld. Armed with ancient spells and a mysterious fog bracelet that glows red near danger, Polly must navigate eerie realms, confront twisted figures from her past, and battle grotesque monsters in both side-scrolling and top-down perspectives. The game blends aggressive gunfights with psychological horror, offering a unique mix of exploration, spellcraft, and emotional storytelling. Silly Polly Beast is set to release in 2025 for PC via Steam. Tormented Souls 2 is a third-person survival horror game that continues the harrowing journey of Caroline Walker as she ventures to the remote town of Villa Hesse to save her sister from a supernatural affliction. Set in a decaying clinic nestled in the Chilean mountains, the game blends fixed camera exploration, brutal combat with improvised weapons, and reality-bending puzzles. Players must navigate eerie locations like shadowy convents and abandoned malls while switching between dimensions to alter fate. With grotesque enemies, mind-bending challenges, and a story steeped in cult horror, Tormented Souls 2 delivers a chilling, retro-inspired experience. It releases on October 23rd, 2025 for PC and consoles.
Now stop struggling. You belong to us. Please.
Whispers in the Fog is a first-person psychological horror game that immerses players in a dense, rain-soaked forest where memory fades and reality fractures. You awaken alone, armed only with a flashlight, as eerie whispers guide or deceive you through abandoned villages, cursed tunnels, and decaying landmarks. With no combat system, survival hinges on observation, puzzle solving, and unraveling a deeply personal mystery through scattered artifacts and cryptic journal pages. The game emphasizes atmosphere, exploration, and dread, with shadowy figures lurking just beyond the mist. Whispers in the Fog is currently in development with a release date yet to be announced, and it's confirmed for PC via Steam. And there you have it, 17 upcoming games that look like they crawled straight out of Resident Evil's twisted playbook. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss more survival horror goodness. See you in the next one.